Welcome back to Wainsider, where we don't just watch the storylines, we peel back the layers, dig deep into the emotions, and bring you closer to the truth hiding behind the lights and cameras. The Bloodline has been the single most dominant force in WWE's modern era, but dominance always comes with a price. Behind every championship held high, behind every raised finger of acknowledgement, there has been tension, whispers, and an ever-growing weight pressing down on family loyalty. For years, Roman Reigns stood at the head of the table, demanding absolute respect and obedience. Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa carried that burden with him. The cracks were always there, faint and almost invisible, but cracks nonetheless. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Think back to the early days when Jimmy and Jey were tag champions. Their rise wasn't just about gold, it was about proving themselves as brothers who carried the Anoa'i legacy with pride. But when Roman took the Universal Championship, the family dynamic shifted forever. Suddenly, being family wasn't enough. You had to fall in line. You had to sacrifice. You had to put Roman's vision above your own dreams. Jimmy resisted. Jey suffered. Solo obeyed. And yet, through all of it, they remained tethered by blood. As the Bloodline expanded its power, so too did resentment grow in silence. That's the thing about family tension, it doesn't explode right away. It simmers. It hides behind smiles. It lingers behind forced loyalty. When Jimmy Uso captured the Intercontinental Championship, many saw it as validation. Finally, Jimmy wasn't just Roman's soldier. He wasn't just Jey's twin. He was his own man. The IC title was proof that Jimmy could stand tall without needing Roman's crown to shine. But here's where the story gets heavier. Winning gold outside Roman's shadow doesn't just empower, it threatens. Within families bound by dominance, one man's victory feels like another man's loss. And jealousy, whether admitted or not, has always haunted the Bloodline. Backstage, you could feel the shift. Jimmy's win wasn't just celebrated. It was studied. Every handshake had an undertone. Every smile had a question. Was Jimmy becoming too strong? Was he carving a path away from the family table? Fans felt something too. Chants for Jimmy weren't just cheers, they were declarations of independence. And in WWE, when the crowd starts lifting someone up, the system of control starts to crumble. For weeks, Jimmy walked into arenas with confidence, the IC title glimmering on his shoulder. But every triumph made the walls around him feel thinner. And in WWE, moments of triumph are often precursors to devastating falls. That fall came at the hands of Bron Breakker. Or at least, that's how it first appeared. A hungry powerhouse, a man with pedigree, Breakker defeated Jimmy Uso and claimed the Intercontinental Championship. The wrestling world thought that was the story. A new champion crowned, a new era begun. But that wasn't the story. That was only the setup. Because what happened next shattered everything. Halfway through Jimmy's celebration of resilience, when he still tried to walk with pride despite losing his title, Bron Breakker returned. Only this time, it wasn't about competition. It was about destruction. The attack was merciless, brutal, and shocking. Breakker didn't just beat Jimmy down, he dismantled him. Fans watched in horror. Commentators couldn't find words. The arena echoed with disbelief. This wasn't a man making a statement in the ring. This was a man making a statement to the entire Bloodline. And that statement was clear. Jimmy Uso was vulnerable. Alone. Exposed. No Roman. No Jey. No Solo. No Paul Heyman. Just Jimmy, broken beneath the weight of betrayal and brutality. Now whispers swirl backstage. Some say Bron Breakker acted on his own hunger, wanting to establish himself as the new unstoppable force. But others question whether he had silent approval, or at least encouragement, from those within the Bloodline who see Jimmy as expendable. Roman hasn't spoken. Jey hasn't shown his face. Solo remains stoic, his silence louder than any denial. And Heyman, as always, keeps his lips sealed while his eyes reveal everything. If Jimmy's IC championship was a beacon of hope for his individuality, then Bron's attack was a warning that individuality comes with punishment. Bloodline members are allowed to serve, not to shine. The WWE locker room has taken notice. Wrestlers know that the strongest factions in history collapse not because of outside enemies, but because of betrayal from within. And right now, the bloodline feels less like a family and more like a battlefield. For the Anoa dynasty, legacy has always been the ultimate goal. Generations of warriors, champions, and leaders have built this empire brick by brick. But when legacy demands obedience, it often strangles the very love it's built upon. Jimmy Uso is left broken, not just physically, but emotionally. He fought for his own place, his own championship, his own pride, and it was taken, ripped away in violence, and perhaps, betrayal. The attack raises a haunting question: was Bron Breakker simply the weapon, and if so, whose hand aimed him? Because in WWE, nothing ever happens by accident. In the end, this isn't just about a championship. This is about family, about betrayal, about the price of independence. When trust is shattered within blood, the wounds never heal the same way again. So as we close tonight, remember this: gold comes and goes, championships are won and lost, but betrayal leaves scars that titles can't cover. The bloodline was built on unity, but it may end in broken trust, shattered pride, and blood spilled across the canvas.